They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 51 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it. Yeah,
they lost it there. Big fumble. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Throwing on 1st down. Scarborough.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A gain there of 30 big ones. That catch is number 819 of his career. It ties him with Hall of Famer Steve Largent.
Who did things largely below the radar? Not this guy. 819 catches, that speaks loudly in volumes.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
It's Devin White, the linebacker.
And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They've definitely got to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Scott to return it.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 75 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Scarborough. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. Remember, he was drafted and released by the Vikings. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Scarborough. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
On play action, they'll throw.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
They'll set up to throw.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. He'll look to throw.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They go play action here on 1st down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
On first down, Scarborough. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top.
As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Carlson now to kick this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty.
And now here is another interception.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down at the 25.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Scarborough. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Lions are... What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
Off play action. Scarborough, he'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
They run the counter now on first down. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Back to throw here.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
With career touchdown number 94, he ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Vikings are able to claw one back.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it,
It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
126 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding the clock.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. On 4th down, Scarborough. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game.
And now here is another interception.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll look to throw here. Complete. Jefferson the target.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Lions are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake. Scarborough. He's going to try and go deep again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. A gain of 3, second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 7 yards there and a first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Hess. He's got room at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Scarborough. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun. Scarborough. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Lions, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.